Manny Pacquiao calls out Gervonta Davis for 145 or 147. Who gets the W? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red Sports. Let's talk about it. Alright, y'all. So, apparently, Manny Pacquiao has laid down an offer for Gervonta Tank Davis for these two guys to have a potential super fight with one another. And I just want to break down what Pacquiao had to say and Gervonta Davis' response for anybody listening.
Yeah, I'm hoping here in Saudi to have a fight here early next year.
Alright, y'all. So, man, what an idea, what a fight. You know, this is something that was pitched about a year ago. You know, I heard rumblings about it, but nothing really came out of it. On top of that, they're talking about Manny Pacquiao potentially having a rematch with Floyd Mayweather.
Don't tell nobody.
So, you know, how's all this going to play out? Will Manny Pacquiao actually make his return to the sport of boxing as a professional boxer? You know, this is an actual 12-round sanctioned fight. And how would that play out? You know, I think it's crazy. You know, Manny Pacquiao is definitely a one-of-a-kind fighter, definitely a Hall of Fame fighter, definitely a legend within the sport.
Like it's up to you, ass sniffer.
And every time he mentions fighting somebody, it's never a low-level competition. Like, you hear about other guys wanting to fight this guy, but he's very low-level competition, or that guy, but he's mid-tier competition. But every time Manny Pacquiao's name is associated with someone within the sport, whether that's at 147 or 154 or this guy, that guy, you know, 140, it's always high-level competitions.
Who you think you talking to like that, woman? You don't talk to me like that. I'm straight.
So I always got to double salute Manny Pacquiao because he never comes weak. He always comes with the funk. And, you know, I wish I could say that about every fighter. I wish I could say that about some of the champions of today. Like, I wish these guys was actually challenging themselves to the highest capabilities, but in all actuality, they're not. But besides that, you know, what would happen if Manny Pacquiao actually fought Gervonta Tank Davis?
What? What's up? You ain't so bad without your boys. What? You ain't bad. You ain't nothing.
Yo, Michael, I'm gonna tell you, you better beat it, man. You better beat it.
Tito!
I think that's a huge challenge, man. I think Tank Davis is one of the best fighters of today. I think the only thing we haven't seen is Gervonta Davis's chin get checked. Now, does Manny Pacquiao still have the power that he had when he was reigning supreme at 147 and destroying guys at 154 and knocking people out at 140? You know, we haven't seen Manny Pacquiao in a professional fight since Yordenis Ugas. Had a good enough showing. He lost the fight, but had a good enough showing. That looping punch was just catching him off guard, and I think he lost by half a point, you know, depending on who you ask. But, you know, a guy like Gervonta Davis who packs a serious punch, a guy like Gervonta Davis who's very technically sound in the boxing ring, a guy like Gervonta Davis who has really quick hands, really quick feet, and a very awkward style to deal with, you know, I think that's a real challenge for Manny Pacquiao.
But something about it ain't right.
The one thing, like I just said, that never been, you know, checked on the behalf of Gervonta Davis is whether he can take a punch. And we all know Manny Pacquiao has knocked out way bigger fighters, or at least beat up way bigger fighters than Gervonta Davis. So it would be interesting to see if Davis can take the power of Manny Pacquiao. Can he take one of those clear Manny Pacquiao left hands or right hands that he didn't see coming and just walk through it and do things to Manny Pacquiao like he did to Ryan Garcia and guys like Mario Barrios? You know, I think Manny Pacquiao always has the puncher's chance because of what he's done in the past. My only question would be, you know, we saw what a layoff would do to Manny Pacquiao when it came to the Yordenis Ugas fight, because he was supposed to fight Errol Spence that fight didn't happen, and then, you know, he's supposed to fight Terence Crawford. That fight didn't happen. And he was supposed to fight, you know, Gervonta Davis' name came up, Ryan Garcia's name came up, Conor McGregor's name came up. All these names came up over the span of about a year and a half. None of those fights happened, and then we finally got the Yordenis Ugas fight after the Errol Spence situation fell apart. So he was basically sitting around for about a year and a half, and I think that layoff caught up to him the same way the layoff caught up to Errol Spence Jr. So the only question I would have when it comes to that fight is, will his long layoff affect him? Now, he's had a few exhibitions in the meantime, but they weren't against high-level competition. You know, he had the DK Yoo thing, and I believe he fought somebody else before DK. I can't even remember. It was so low level in competition. But on the other side of the world, these guys are really famous. So my only question would be is, can Manny Pacquiao come back strong after a long layoff like that? Can he actually challenge some top competition after a super long layoff from professional boxing?
It's going to be huge. 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 I tell you. It's going to be fantastic.
Would he get knocked out by Gervonta Davis? I think a lot of people will probably lean toward that. A lot of people will probably say, well, Davis is way too much for Pacquiao. Pacquiao loses that fight by knockout. Me, I think it all depends on what version of Manny Pacquiao we get. Will we get a version of Manny Pacquiao who's truly putting it all back into the sport of boxing, maybe for another year or two, trying to win another championship? Or do we get a version of Manny Pacquiao like we got with the Yordenis Ugas fight, who still had one foot in politics, one foot in boxing, and had a long layoff? Me personally, he's done with politics. From my understanding, he's not running for president again. He's not going back to Congress. I don't think he's fully out of that situation. So he's got nothing else to do but boxing, I think, at this point. So I think you would have an actual fully focused Manny Pacquiao if he came back to the sport. And I think Manny Pacquiao, to be put back on this type of level, you know, Manny Pacquiao shocks the world when he's put on that highest level and he's given these big platforms to perform on. He's always brought the fight. Once again, Gervonta Davis is a tall task to handle for anybody. You know, would he actually be able to pull off that victory? I would have to see him train first. I would have to see if he's back with Freddie or if Boo Boy is going to be the main trainer for that fight. And, you know, is Gervonta Davis really willing to risk it all on a Manny Pacquiao fight? Are they willing to put up the money for that? Does he actually still have a contract with PBC? I think is another question, because, you know, Gervonta Davis is affiliated with Floyd and PBC. So it would bring up new questions about Manny Pacquiao's contracts with PBC as well. And, you know, I think it's very interesting that they're mentioning Floyd on top of that. So would it be a situation of maybe Pacquiao does the exhibition with Floyd and then gets the Gervonta Davis fight, or does the Gervonta Davis fight and then does the rematch with Floyd Mayweather? You know, it would be really interesting to see all this stuff play out. How would a fight with him and Mayweather play out? You know, I think I'm going to do a separate video on that, but that would be very interesting. But when it comes to just Gervonta Davis, you know, the younger guy, the face of boxing, arguably, and, you know, could possibly be the breadwinner of boxing over the next 2 years. How would he fare against the once knockout artist, the once, you know, top of the world fighter, the once, you know, I'm beating everybody of every level from 140 to 154, Manny Pacquiao? Not only that, you know, does Gervonta Davis actually have what it takes to move up to 147 or 145, catchweight or whatever? I think if Mario Barrios can do it, Gervonta Davis can do it. I think that would be the perfect introduction, or perfect, you know, walk-in fight for Gervonta Davis to move up in weight, because he's running out of opponents at 135, 140. Now, does he want those titles at 130? Or does he want to move up and get the big money at 140, 147, catchweight 145? I think those are all questions that will have to be answered. But at the end of the day, I think if anybody can pull it off, it'd be the big homie Manny Pacquiao.
Think about this, right? Rich people talk about things. Poor people talk about bills and money. So you broke because you have no idea. FUBU was the idea. No Limit was the idea. Snoop Cereal is the idea. Only way we're gonna be successful, stop sitting around saying I don't have the money or I'm trying to live my life for this person or what they have or they don't have. It's like, where are your ideas? What are you bringing to the table? What are you willing to sacrifice and get out there? Because I tell people all the time, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about all that down in the comment section below. That like button for me. Share, subscribe. Holler at me on all social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. But you're more than likely to get a response on the tube. So holler at me over there. If you want to collab or feature a product or your channel on my channel, feel free to hit my Gmail because it is a flock of cards at gmail.com. And we are Manny.
I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. I don't give a fuck about your mixtape. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. I don't give a fuck if your kids ate. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. I don't give a fuck if you got a plan. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. I don't give a fuck if you got a man. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. I don't give a fuck if you getting money. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. I don't give a fuck if it was your cousin. I'm still fucking. Keep it funky. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. You don't need to know if you gotta ask. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. If I'm fucking with you, then you gotta ask. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. Don't come to the hood, you don't have a pass. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. Be careful, don't get robbed for that Prada bag. I'ma keep it funky with these niggas. Sometimes you gotta let a nigga know. I'ma keep it funky with these bitches. Every girl ain't a bitch, but every bitch is a hoe. Hey yo, I'ma keep it funky with these niggas.